The Chiefs have always seemed to hit on draft picks at an extraordinary rate. It doesn't matter which side of the ball, every draft somehow ends with Kansas City selecting a future superstar. Trent McDuffie, Creed Humphrey, Rashee Rice, Trey Smith, and George Karlaftis are just a few examples of the Chiefs' stellar draft selections over the last few years. This is also what made it so easy for them to transition into a defensive juggernaut in 2023. Year after year of consistently hitting on draft picks on both sides of the ball made it possible for defensive dominance to become their identity in 2023. However, NFL fans cannot afford to forget the Chiefs' offensive firepower. Quarterback Patrick Mahomes seems unstoppable, and the talent around him keeps getting better and better each offseason. One player who has contributed to this is running back Isiah Pacheco. No player encapsulates the Chiefs' ability to find stars in the later rounds of the NFL draft like the former Rutgers Scarlet Knight. In 2023, Pacheco logged 935 rushing yards on 4.6 yards per carry, as well as 244 receiving yards and 9 total touchdowns. Pacheco's efficiency was paramount to the team's success, and he continues to be a large part of the Chiefs' overall offensive blueprint heading into 2024. Pacheco is a quick, efficient, and punishing runner, often causing fans and commentators to remark on the violence with which he runs. But is he really worth his fantasy price tag? Let's check out the film. So this first play is a big one. They're facing a Jets front that was unforgiving in 2023, one of the best defenses in the league, truthfully. So we're going to see Trey Smith, the right guard here. He's going to be the pulling offensive lineman. He's going to make his way around and deliver a block, really a crucial block over here, and we're going to see the handoff to Pacheco. Take it about here, cut it outside, and we're going to see some blocking from the receivers as well. This ends up being a really long touchdown, spoilers. A really great block from Smith and some running from Pacheco. We're going to see him break some tackles and take a really nice angle on the safety towards the end. So let's watch the play. So right off the bat, we see there's Smith pulling. And after Rashee Rice goes in motion, and we see Pacheco take the handoff, immediately break a tackle right over here in the backfield. So a really strong start in this run. He's going to continue, and then we see right here this amazing block from Smith that really clears the way. I think it's on Jordan Whitehead, and we'll take a look at that again. Here it is again. Block right over here. Huge block, absolutely clears the way for a lane right here for Pacheco. Here is Jordan Whitehead, who is now on the ground, who has been destroyed by Trey Smith. And Pacheco advances, running super hard, super fast, takes a nice angle, and DJ Reed is not able to get him as he gallops all the way into the end zone for a huge score against this unforgiving Jets defense. A really strong start to the film. Obviously, we see here the elite Chiefs offensive line, the interior of the offensive line, that paved the way for a lot of these runs. A Trey Smith on that pull, absolutely elite block, and then Pacheco just using the angles and using that vision to take it all the way into the end zone against this really good Jets defense. So we'll see again on the replay. Trey Smith, number 65, right here, the right guard, the third man from the right. We're going to see Rashee Rice in motion. It's the fake to him, the fake jet, and then the fake jet this way. And Pacheco's going to take it up here as Smith, pulling guard. He's going to block Whitehead, as we just saw. And I won't spend as much time on this because I just went over it. But just seeing the replay here. Right here. There's the block. Absolutely lays him out. Good block from MVS there, number 11. And you can see the angle he takes on DJ Reed. Unable to bring him down all the way into the end zone. So this next play is a passing play. We do see Pacheco get involved in the screen game a lot. So we're going to see immediately these two wide receivers on the outside are going to take deep routes, taking a man deep each, clearing out the middle of the field, or the sides of the field basically. These two tight ends, we have Kelsey and Noah Gray here, two really good Chiefs tight ends. Kelsey's going to occupy the middle of the field here, and Noah Gray is going to run a bit of a corner, out route, whatever you want to call it, and take a man over here. We're going to see some man coverage. And this is going to leave this part of the field wide open for Pacheco to do whatever he wants. And he's going to have a lot of space over in this area as this man, I believe it's Sauce Gardner, is taken deep. So not the greatest drawing there, I admit, but you'll see what I'm talking about here in a second. The play begins. And we'll see our matchups right here. So immediately we see a big part of this play is CJ Mosley, the linebacker, is blitzing. Which leaves this hole over here for Pacheco. We see man-on-man here, man-to-man here, DJ Reed, Sauce Gardner taking the wide receivers deep and a deep safety over the middle of the field. And then we're going to see, I believe that's Quincy Williams on, I think that's Travis Kelsey, and Noah Gray covered by two guys here, one playing a bit of an off-zone coverage and one playing man-to-man. So really, they have everything on this play covered except Isaiah Pacheco, and he is left with that big chunk of field here. I mean, you can see it. This is why we use the all-22. Huge chunk of field, do whatever he wants with, really. Mahomes will read the field and notice that he only has one option here, and that's to give it right to Pacheco, and he has so much space to work with, and he is so dynamic in space and able to get a ton of yards out of that. So we see the receiving prowess there. We'll see it again. I may have gotten where Noah Gray and where Travis Kelce were mixed up, but the two tight ends, as I said, did take players over the middle of the field into the outside. I think it did get them mixed up, but there it is, Pacheco. You see a lot of clearance over here, and the dish off to him on the screen. Bit of a check down pass, and he is wide open. So this next play is another screen. We're going to see immediately the wide receiver here. I'm not totally sure which one this is, which wide receiver that is, but he's going to run a deep route, as well as I believe this Kelce running a deep route over the middle of the field and on the boundary here. So two deep routes, locking up those defenders, and that's going to create some really good space for Pacheco. He's going to duck under this offensive lineman and just slip out right here for the slip screen, and he's going to be right here ready for the pass. And we're going to see Mahomes go over his progressions in the middle of the field, doesn't see anything open, and he's going to deliver it to Isaiah Pacheco on the route here. So we'll see. There's Kelce. There's the receiver over here, leaving a lot of space right here for Pacheco to slip out, and he's going to do exactly that. There he is, wide open space, delivered the ball, and makes a cut, breaks a tackle, gaining extra yards. What he is so good at is breaking those tackles, making those violent cuts. There it is, the space wide open, screen pass, makes a cut, breaks tackle from C.J. Mosley, gets the extra yardage. Really good play. So this is a pretty simple outside run concept. We're going to see Chiefs wide receiver Sky Moore come in motion as the ball is snapped and make a block on the outside here, and a really good block from 74, I think. That is Jawan Taylor on the right side here. He's going to make a really nice block. And Pacheco is going to get the ball and make a really nice cut on the outside and break this play open for the Chiefs. So we'll see it here. Sky Moore in motion as the ball is snapped. He's going to get in position to make a really nice block on Gardner. And the right tackle, really good block as well. And cuts to the outside of Pacheco and finds the seam and gets a couple extra yards. Good vision there. And a couple push-ups after as well. So here it is again in motion. Sky Moore as the ball is snapped. Really good block from Jawan Taylor on the edge here. I think that might be John Franklin Myers on the edge. And Pacheco, nice cut on the outside, beats the edge, and gets tackled there by Sauce Gardner after the block from Sky Moore. So, yeah, finding the hole, good vision, good cuts, and the speed to get the outside edge, and some push-ups at the end as we saw. So for this next play, we're seeing a lot of pre-snap motions. That's going to happen again. We're going to see Kelce come from the right side to the left to help block on this pitch play. They're going to try to get the numbers to that side to get more blocking there, because it's going to be a pitch right to Pacheco. He's going to move out to his right a bit, and then Mahomes is going to pitch it to him. I'll draw a little dotted line there. He's going to pitch it to him, and he's going to have a lot of space to work with and break some tackles here. And we're going to see the toughness and the grit that Isaiah Pacheco has when he runs. So here is the play. Obviously, Kelce in motion, gets the numbers that side, and there's the pitch, and they have everyone working this way, and the blocking shapes it pretty well. Good block here, good block here, good block here. So really great blocks, and then he's able to shed this tackle from Jordan Whitehead and get a couple more extra yards. So really good block shedding, really good blocking there, and a good play design from the Chiefs. We'll see it again. Kelce in motion, snap, pitch to Pacheco. Great block from Jawan Taylor, Trey Smith, Travis Kelce, the whole gang, and a really good spin move broken tackle from Pacheco, showing the toughness there. That's something I really like about Pacheco. It's the blend of the speed and the ability to break tackles and the toughness with which he runs. Really all comes together into a really good football player that fits really well into Andy Reid's system. He's asked to do a lot of different things, and he does all of them really well because he's a dynamic athlete and he does really well with the ball in his hands. So, yeah, he's a great player and he fits really well into this offense. And we'll see the next play here. So on this next play, this is going to be a draw play to Pacheco. He's going to take the draw, go up the middle, and cut outside. So the play design itself is Noah Gray coming in motion. Pre-snap, we've seen a lot from a lot of different pre-motion looks. And he and Creed Humphrey, he's also going to pull out. They're going to seal the edge right here and create a really nice lane for Isaiah Pacheco to bounce outside, which he does really well. Great cuts, great lateral movement from Pacheco. And he's going to cut this for a pretty big gain here as he gets the outside. For a really successful play here against a really tough Jets defensive front and defense as a whole. So we'll see the play. So we'll see the play, Noah Gray in motion. That might not be Creed Humphrey. I'm not sure the number, but one of them, one of the offensive linemen, helps seal the edge there with Noah Gray, and he gets the outside. Really great quickness to get around the defensive player there. So we'll see it again. So this is actually the left guard, Joe Tooney, who pulls out and makes the block on the edge here. My apologies, couldn't see the number too well. But as the play starts, we'll see Noah Gray get set. Tooney and Gray do a nice job setting the edge, and Pacheco really good on the outside. And you see that speed to get past Michael Carter the second and to get the first down there. Some really good lateral speed getting around the edge, and does a really nice job of just finishing off that play, getting the first down, exactly what they needed. On this play, we're going to see Pacheco run it to the right, and Juwan Taylor is going to do a good job of pushing out his blocker this way, so creating that hole for Pacheco to run right through here. And Sky Moore is also going to come in motion and block down the field a bit. Pretty successful play, and we're going to see it unfold here with the Juwan Taylor block on the outside. Sky Moore in motion, as I said, and there's the lane right here. If you can see my mouse, here's the lane now formed right here because the defender has his back turned, can't make a play on Pacheco, so he really has this one player right there in the lane. So see as he makes the cut. The defenders over the middle of the field are able to catch up, but he is able to get some solid yardage out of that, so we'll see it again. Some good blocking from the Chiefs. Here's Sky Moore in motion, and there's the lane he hits, and cuts back, breaks a few tackles, and pushes through for a couple extra yards after contact. So good play from Pacheco there. So that was the last highlight from the game against the Jets, and we're going to move into the game in Week 13 against the Packers. So we're going to see what the Chiefs are able to do a lot is stretch the field with these downfield receivers and Kelsey. And they're all going to run these deep downfield routes, and we're going to have a lot of space open right here for Pacheco to run the slip screen on the outside edge here of the offensive line. He's going to squeeze around and be in a perfect position to receive that screen. So just a pretty average slip screen, and you can see there's a lot of open spaces. He helps deliver that block on the edge. I think it's Rashawn Gary. So obviously now a lot of open space over here off of the downfield routes. And Pacheco gets the ball, makes a nice cut, gets some extra yardage, and a good play design from the Chiefs again, getting involved in the screen game. Pacheco gets outside, helps deliver that block on Gary, gets the ball and cuts on Walker, and gets some extra yardage. Takes like 3 linebackers to get him down, and he just a really good play there. So this next play, we're going to see Kelsey come across to this side, and we're going to see Trey Smith, the right guard, also pull, and they're all going to block, as well as Blake Bell, the other tight end. And they're all going to block here, creating a lane for Pacheco. We're going to see as that unfolds, and he's going to be able to take this well past the second level, up down the sideline on a really good outside run. So we will see as it unfolds, and Kelsey goes in motion. There he is going in motion off to the left side, and he is now lined up on the left side of the offensive line. And there it is. They have the numbers to the left. They have Smith, Bell, and Kelsey all making a really nice hole with the other side of the interior offensive line and making a really nice lane for Pacheco just to run through. And there's the gap. Delivered perfectly. There's a blocker downfield here, and Bell and Smith make really good lanes. Perfect for Pacheco to run through. As he gets to second level, breaks a tackle right there, and then cuts outside, continues to run all the way down to the 5-yard line. And we'll see that again. There's Kelsey in motion. Right there, Smith pulls, Bell pulls, and they're all going to work on that right side, blocking Lucas Van Ness, and I think that's Devondre Campbell. And really good job sealing the edge. Great job here, great job here. Just absolutely creating a really nice lane for Pacheco to run through and make it really easy for him to get that second level where he can break those tackles and he can take those runs down to where the 5-yard line is. So this next play is going to start off pretty quick. We're going to see Rashee Rice on a fake jet sweep. He's going to go to the outside here and leave some space for Pacheco to work. And this is where the battle is won in the trenches for Kansas City. These 3 guys right here, the interior of the offensive line, do such a great job of moving this Packers front to the side here. And these players as well, just creating a really nice lane, as they do always, it seems, for Pacheco to run. And he's going to do what he does best, and that's accelerate to the second level and find some contact. That blend of speed and power is going to serve him so well here as that offensive line, just especially the interior, works to create a really nice hole, a really nice gap for him to hit. So see it right here, Tooney on the edge with a couple other guys, and then the left side of the offensive line doing their job as well. Pacheco just able to accelerate and break a couple tackles, just breaking those arm tackles as he accelerates to the next level. Really great job, even loses the helmet at the end, running so hard. So we'll see it again here. Here it is. So really nice hole, obviously, with the 3 guys here. And then 79, I'm not sure the last name. Can't see it on the jersey, but 79 and 74, I think that's Jawan Taylor. Doing a really nice job with Tooney and Humphrey here, just sealing the edge and making a really, really nice hole for Pacheco just to get through, breaking the arm tackles, get the second level, and eventually just gets tackled there. So this plays another slip screen for Isaiah Pacheco, and it's kind of similar to the one earlier, but also not. We're going to see most of the players line up on this side, as in the 2 tight ends, Bell and Kelsey. I don't know if that's a 3 or a 7 right there, but it's one of the numbers, either Kelsey or Gray. So we're going to see Pacheco work his way to the outside. He's actually going to be matched up with Quay Walker, who meets him right here. He's going to have to show a bit of route running prowess, and we'll see that there as we start the play. So we'll go ahead and start it. So Pacheco on the slip screen, ball is snapped, gets through, helps deliver the block to Rashawn Gary, does a good job sealing off that edge, and then he's matched up with Quay Walker here, and he's got to do a nice bit of route running, moving those hips, and getting to the outside with a nice little fake there, and we'll show it again. And Mahomes running along with him, in stride hits him with a really nice ball, and he's able to get the first down. So good communication with Pacheco and Mahomes there. And here it is again, Sky Moore in motion, and there's the clear out there. Bit of a shallower clear out, MVS running down the middle of the field, and Sky Moore just running a shorter route there on the outside, and Pacheco delivers the block. One-on-one with Quay Walker here, shakes the hips with a really, really nice inside release. Pacheco again, one-on-one, shakes the hips, really nice inside release, and Quay Walker is immediately beaten right here. You see that he shook the hips really well, made a really nice route, and sold the fake really perfectly. And now he's running with Mahomes to the sideline. A nice ball right there, one-on-one. So here we're going to see the toughness of Pacheco. Here we're going to see a nice block from the left tackle, and the inside of the offensive line here just spreading out these guys, making a really nice lane again. And Pacheco's going to get met at the second level, and does a really nice job breaking the tackle and just moving those legs, even though he meets contacts, and continues driving and breaks the tackle. So we see nice hole here along the left side of the offensive line. Really big gap for Pacheco to run through, and is met with contact right here. Keeps turning his legs, spins around, and he will break the tackle, even getting a couple extra yards. Takes a lot of guys to bring him down. Really nice hole. The double team there on Devontae Wyatt works out really well. And Quay Walker meets Pacheco, but is unable to bring him down. He slips out for about like 5 extra yards. And really good job just continuing to turn those legs and getting extra yards. So this is a really interesting play here. We see Pacheco in Wildcat, which is not something you'd expect to see, and Kadarius Toney lined up to his right. So he's going to take the snap and hand it off to Toney. He's going to spin back around, and his assignment is going to be this right end Preston Smith. And he actually does a really good job on the block, and these guys will go up to the second level and make more blocks for Toney. And a really interesting play design, and it doesn't work too bad. Probably gets about 5 to 7 yards here. But yeah, again, really good play design from Reed. The defense was definitely not expecting this, because you see a lot of times at a Wildcat the running back will just take it and run, but here he's handing it off and making a really nice block. I think that's even Mahomes on the outside, which is pretty funny, but we will see the handoff right here. Pacheco gives the handoff, whirls around, makes the block on Preston Smith, the right end. Kadarius Toney able to get the edge around and get some extra yards out of that. So good blocking overall, really interesting play design. We'll see it again. Here it is, Pacheco and Wildcat. Takes a snap, hands it off, whirls around, good block, really, really athletic, strong block on that right end. Takes a lot for a running back to be able to do that, a lot of strength. So this next play, it's gonna be running Pacheco again, and he's gonna follow this route here, and we're gonna see Jawan Taylor, the right tackle, really get driven back by a good bull rush from this defensive lineman here. And Pacheco does a really nice job rerouting, isn't able to take as direct of a path, but reroutes around Jawan Taylor, who's pushed back into the backfield, and gets some yards up the field, advances quickly, accelerates, and the offensive line is even able to push him inside further into the red zone than you would be. So we'll see it here. Here it is. And handoff Pacheco. The right tackle driven back. Pacheco reroutes, gets around him, and makes a nice cut, fighting off the contact, and is pushed by his line up inside to about the 2-yard line. So really good play there. Rasheed Rice in motion pre-snap, gets the outside. And there's Jawan Taylor, gets driven back, but solid block overall, but just Pacheco rerouting around him, and they push him further there. So that was Week 13 versus the Green Bay Packers. This is now Week 2 kind of when Pacheco started to take over the job here fully in year 2 against the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think this might have only been like his second touch of the game, which is a real tone setter. But yeah, had 5.83 yards per carry against the Jaguars this week. Some really explosive runs, so we'll see that here as we start off with this one. I think it was the second touch of the game, so pretty early on here. So Kelce comes in motion. We're going to see Joe Thuney, the left guard, and Kelce. They're going to pull and come back around and help block and make a really nice lane for Pacheco up here. They're going to finish these blocks, and Pacheco is able to cut right through the gap they make for a really big gain here, and showing off his speed and his quickness, that agility, and those quick cutbacks he is able to perform. So we'll see as the ball is snapped, we have Kelce, Thuney, and here's the handoff back here. The line doing a really good job pushing that defensive line back this way. And then we're going to have a lot of open space here for the blocks and the lane to be formed. So as the play continues, Kelce takes the inside, and Thuney makes a really nice block. Here it is again. Block from Thuney. Really nice hole. Pacheco accelerates, keeps going, gets pass pressure on Jenkins, and really isn't even down until he gets to the sideline there. See Kelce coming in motion. Kelce and Thuney making a nice hole there. The agility, the quickness gets to the sideline. So this next play, we're going to see Noah Gray come in motion back to the right side here and try to make a block on Trayvon Walker, who makes a rush. But he's not able to, and Walker gets into the backfield. But Pacheco makes a really nice, athletic, quick cut to the left side and is able to accelerate upfield very, very quickly here and get a lot of extra yards. So we'll see that. Noah Gray on the far left side coming in motion. Isn't able to get the block. Trayvon Walker's a bit too fast for him, as Blake Bell also moves inside. A really nice cut from Pacheco there. Trayvon Walker is not able to get to him in time and just zips upfield, fights off the contact, really big hit, and gets a really good, nice gain there, and making something out of nothing when there was a man in the backfield. So good, really good run from Pacheco there with the awareness and the quickness. We'll see it again. Noah Gray to your right. Isn't able to make the block. Pacheco fakes right, hard left, up the field, accelerating quickly through the gap. Nice block. And yeah, really good play from Pacheco there. Next play, we're going to see Trey Smith come out the pulling guard, and he's going to come out here and make a nice block. And Pacheco just going to really do a lot of nice change of direction. Back over here as he takes the route. Some good blocking, and makes a pretty big gain here. There it is, pulling guard, some good blocking on the edge here. On number 46, I think, is the rusher. And Pacheco finds the hole. Good block from Trey Smith. And really, really gets through for a nice gain. And we'll break it down here. Some really good blocking on this play. That's Kelce, I think, on the edge, blocking the edge defender here. Does a really nice job sealing off the edge. Here it is, Pacheco has Kelce with a nice block. Cuts back. Has Trey Smith with a nice block on Devin Lloyd here. Makes another jump cut. And then has the vision to stop here and hit this hole right here. This may be Sky Moore blocking on the outside. And that's Trey Smith again here. Hits that hole, breaks another tackle, and really just accelerates to the next level. If you want to see more of a statistical breakdown of Pacheco, his situation, the personnel around him, and what his fantasy season is really going to look like from that perspective, I'm going to be posting an article on the Fantasy Trading Room website soon about Pacheco and his fantasy outlook as a really safe option in fantasy football this year among running backs. So just taking a second look at the fantasy value of Isaiah Pacheco, he's going somewhere into the second to third round in fantasy drafts right now. And what you're getting is a player who fits really well into that Kansas City offensive scheme. You're getting a player with a really good interior offensive line, with Creed Humphrey, with Trey Smith, with Joe Thuney, with a really good play-calling head coach, and Andy Reid, really creative offensive plays that allow Pacheco to thrive, and a really good quarterback in Patrick Mahomes who was able to get him the ball on those screen passes. And really, one of the only worries with Pacheco was his competition in Jerick McKinnon, who is now a free agent. The Chiefs did not re-sign him. The only running back the Chiefs signed was Clyde Edwards-Helaire, who really didn't have much of a role last year, and his role definitely decreased as the season went on in his snap percentage. So you see Pacheco now with even less competition, and he already was one of the safest players in fantasy football last year. Not many weeks under around 8 points. You'll see he made fantasy managers really happy. He was really consistent and a fairly well-scoring player as well. So I think he can easily vault into the top 12 running back conversation. I think his price right now at around the running back 11 is a pretty fair price for where you're getting him. You're getting a really good, steady, stable, consistent player in Pacheco who is really talented, is in a really good place in Kansas City, and is going to be handling the bulk of those carries for the Chiefs with a really good offensive line and a really good system. So overall, Pacheco, we saw a great player, really explosive, good in the running and receiving game. Has a really good blend of power and quickness, speed, agility. He's got the personnel around him to be really great. I think he has a really high floor in fantasy football, so really where his ADP is at right now, don't be afraid to take him. He's a really good running back option to have on your fantasy football teams. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'm Joe, and this is Fantasy Trading Room.